Hey guys, XJ9 here, and today's going to be a video about the right-click examine future scaling content, I guess dev blog they made today. So I read this already, so it's kind of just give my general thoughts and kind of talk about what's going to happen with RuneScape. So we talk about improving our scaling content. They want to make regular intervals of making scaling content, and what they're going to end up doing is they're going to be raising level caps gradually to level 110. Level 110 actually really isn't hard to get. I think it's literally 299s and a half of a 99 additional from 99 to get 110. So it's not really as steep as 120. And another thing they talked about, which I didn't really think about, was the tier system where every 10 levels or even 5 levels is a tier. So going from level 99 to 110 is essentially one tier. So it's kind of like a one bunch. If they made it go to 120, they had to do two tiers, which is kind of, I guess, more work. And if they made it go from 110 to 120, they'd probably want to make it a little bit more interesting. So over time, I'm assuming with mining, so with mining smithing, it's going to go to 110, and woodcutting and fletching are probably going to go to 110 as well. And if people like say they really like the smithing update and the mining update, they'll make it go to 120. It's not a strict rule that it'll fall. Everything has to go to 110 and then have to work to 120. It's just to see, do people like this? I think this is overall a very good idea. I will say though that I, like they did say it's going to take like 2.5 to like 3 years to raise, or I know 2.5. They said like 3 years to like 5 years, honestly, to make all the skills go to 110 that aren't already 120. So every 99 skill will go to 110. Again, I hope that they have a vision because my issue with Jetix is that they never really have a vision for the game. So if they can all be on the same page as a team, that's the most important thing with getting anything done. Especially with that smaller team like Artistry, like they're not like Riot Games or something like that. I will say though that it's not just scaling updates that need to get improvement, but like the I haven't made the video yet, but I really want to make a video about PVMing because there's a lot of changes they need to do to PVMing. Like they literally need to separate the Amulet Souls effect. I would even remove EOF. They need to nerf Dracula Charmer. They need to rework Blood Reaver to make it do one thing and not four things. A lot of things. So I don't even think those combat changes are hard. It's just they're nerfing drops or lowering GP, but or lowering GP by making I don't know what the heck that is, but they don't want to nerf players for some reason. It's but like they can just make players stronger. Like that's another topic. So I'm not even going to talk about that. But PVMing is a very important part of the game as well. It's just PVMing is just not that popular. Like, it's not interesting because you can just AFK forever everything. So I do hope that they do update PVMing because it needs a major rework because the problems are really showing with PVMing how everything can be AFK'd. So while I do think this is a really good idea, PVMing is really dire. Okay, like I'm sorry, it's bad. Um, so they explain why not doing 120, blah blah blah. People don't like Heads Oasis with the Guardian credit Heads Oasis and Play reward shops. Um, these are fine, but they should go with the skilling update. Like I would even say people don't like these. Like Guardian Carid is kind of boring. All I did was just spam growth potions on my herb patch and do this. Like it wasn't interactive. It's boring. Heads Oasis. It depends what they're talking about. I actually like the crocodile hunting a lot, but again, it's kind of funny how it's like the best hunter experience, and it's like kind of a low level. Honestly, I think like only like 85 required. So yeah, it has to just go with a like yeah. If they raise the level cap, say I don't know. I just think the Garden Credit was uninteresting. Heads Oasis was actually good. It's just I don't know. Like nothing's really worth anything, so that's probably why people don't like it too much. I don't know, man. I actually like Heads Oasis with the crocodile hunting though. Will we see 120s in the future? Yeah, they said again they'll probably do 120s if people actually like a specific skill that they did to 110. Also, yeah, 120 is a lot harder to get, but yeah, another thing to consider is it's gonna be a lot faster to level with the 110 because of the new skilling options probably and new pickaxe and stuff. and they were wondering if 110 should be a count requirement. I think it should be. It's just put a grace period. That's all it should be. Just put a grace period. I don't think it needs to be a year. Maybe like 3 months, 6 months. I don't think it takes that long. Like I don't know. I don't even think it takes that long, cause, especially because it's an AFK skill, bro. Like I don't know. Again, it just depends on the XP rates. So I do think it should be part of a comp though. Would it come with a new training method? Yeah, they said how there's not gonna really be a new training method. It's just you're using new ores. I don't think it's that hard to make a new training method. I really don't. It's just I don't think the Jags team is too creative in that department. I'm not even trying to be toxic. I just don't think they're that creative. I'm not lying. Okay. Um, what about capes? Yeah, they're talking about if there should be amnesty. I think I guess there should be an amnesty, but like I just don't think it even would take that long. Um, why would mining and smithing need the 110 the least? What? Who said that? Doesn't need it the least. Why would it? You make armor like that. I'm not. That doesn't make sense for them to even put that there. Should I be excited? I don't know. I'm tuning them all, so yeah. My other account's 120 all, so yep. I guess I'm nothing to do. um, what else happened here? Yeah, so we're gonna get some primal dungeoneering where the ores are gonna be in the surface, and you mine all the different ores and combine them. So the important thing to note about this is that the dungeoneering ores are going to be separate from like they're their own ores and they make their own bars. So the current Elder bar process, I don't think is going to be impacted. Like the price of Elder bars, I don't think will go up because of these new ores necessarily. But it might go up because people might start mining these ores instead of Elder bars. Like all light Amica and dark Amica. But because of these new training methods, it might become cheaper because who knows if making primal plate body +4 is like really strong and a lot of experience and depends on the cost. But everyone's gonna be mining these. Everyone has alts, so yeah. I hate everyone wants to AFK. No one even cares about rock opportunities. Um, Primal Stone Spirits will be a lot at first because there won't be any in the game, and they work with any ore. So you have a Primal Stone Spirit, you can mine Novite ore and get additional spirits or ores rather. Um, yeah, and they drop via geodes. I hope that they don't. Some people have like 100,000 geodes. They should honestly just make it so you have to open them all before you can receive them. Primal smithing. Yeah, so the primal armor is only tier 90 at +5, and it's also augmentable. So it's really for people. People don't have really much money or really garbage perks. It's a tier 90 tank armor set. Melee doesn't benefit from tank armor right now though, so it's just for HP bonus. So it's kind of whatever to be honest. What else? There's gonna be a primal 2H sword, which is gonna be the masterwork armor weapon, I believe. And there's my primal pickaxe, so I mean, it's just gonna be the next tier, so nothing too exciting. It's just more experience, I guess. I have Masterwork 2 H sword. Wait, is this? Oh wait, the primal sword is not the same as. Oh, I I thought the primal 2 H sword was the Masterwork sword. Okay, so never mind. So the primal 2 H sword is separate and it goes to the tier 90. Then we have a Masterwork two-handed sword, which I'm not sure how it's gonna look. Um, it's going to be require 110 smithing, which is the highest. You need sword parts, and yeah, it's not going to be. It's going to have no special attack or passive. It will be augmentable, which is kind of big, and it's going to be tier 100. I don't think this weapon's going to be that useful for high level PVMers. They even said on the stream when this was brought up, they're like, it's not going to be. It's there might be some use for high level PVMers. That's what they said. Again, because of the new update that's going to come out where tier 95s are going to be upgraded to like tier 97 or probably tier 99, honestly. Who knows, maybe in tier 100. This weapon is not really going to be that useful because why would you use a Masterwork 2H sword that has no passive special when you have Lang swords that are tier 100? Like, why would you bother? But the point of this sword, I think, is again to give a road for a player to be like, you know what, I'm gonna be a smither. I want to make my own armor. I don't have that much money, but I can mine my own ore and make this sword. And instead of having to spend, you know, I don't know, hundreds of mils on weapons. Although I will say the Abyssal Scourge is a really strong weapon for how cheap it is. Again, this weapon's gonna be tier 100, but it probably won't be that expensive because it's it's just raw stats. But this weapon will help the most for lower level players who don't have the best overload. They don't have the best prayer. They don't have know what debuffing is. So this sword's again, and even the new update with I don't know what it's gonna call it, the that green dungeon, the new elite dungeon they're making. They they said it's gonna be quite tanky. So if you don't know what debuffs are, the weapon will be useful for the low level players who don't have money to buy tier 95 and upgrade it to a higher tier because this weapon will probably do more damage than an Abyssal Scourge, like on that at that dungeon for example. So I don't think it'll be too expensive. It's made using the breaking down the Twin Fury Blades chaotic weapon. I just sold my Twin Fury Blades. I had like 8 of them. I sold them. I log in. Oh, they sold. Chaotic Weaponry. The Chaotic Weaponry is probably going to be the cheapest because the Essence will probably be tradable. But everyone has so many tokens. So the Chaotic Essence is going to be dirt cheap. So and Drygors. Drygors are pretty cheap. Again, I don't see this weapon being too much. It's not like I have must have. Like the Masterwork Spear is really good for melee. Like it's kind of like it's not a must have, but because it's kind of annoying to do it, but it's pretty good. This one is like you wouldn't if you had Lang swords, you wouldn't use this Masterwork 2H. You just wouldn't. A lot of people are like, oh, it should have a special attack or a passive. I don't agree. So again, these people just want every update to a lot of players just has to be the next best thing. It has to be the next best thing. It has to go in my UF, and I hate that. Like, can we fill the gap of like situational, like, oh, they don't have money? Like, I'm not joking. I'm just so tired of how much power creep people in this game. We are so freaking strong. We need nerfs. We need to nerf so much shit in this game, and these people just want. I don't know, man. Like, it's just, oh man. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Yep. So they're just talking about the pickaxe, how to make it. Whoop de doo. This is a rework they want to do in Primal Armor, so that's pretty interesting. So that's how it looks like in game, the front and back. This is the concept art. Obviously, they haven't made the model yet because they would get feedback. So the most notable thing is the back. It has these, I guess, slants and rivets to show like it was forged, and also the back bottom has like a black belt plus like this little what was this? I like it's more pronounced like this little slant that's like an arrow up or up arrow, and the helmet instead of just being like slick on the top, it has like a fur on it. I don't like the fur. I hope they remove that. I like the metallic. And also, these are primal plate legs, I believe, and or at least I think they're primal plate legs. They made them more like it kind of looks like a plate skirt, so I think they're making it more so look like plate legs. I guess there will be no primal plate skirts. Sadly, they don't do plate skirts anymore. It's just one thing. And I mean, that's pretty much the only real difference. I just hope they don't mess up the female model. It looks pretty good. So overall, I think it looks solid. It's a good job. And Primal 2H sword, they're asking. So this is how it looks like in game right now. It also looks good. A is these are the three options: A, B, and C. A is very close to the existing. B is like a little bit of difference, and C is like I don't know, I guess a bigger difference. Really, I like A because it looks like that's just what primal weapons were known for. Be the black and gray with silver. These just don't look like it would look like it, but it's just historically they haven't looked like they've always looked like this. So it doesn't like it's not to say these look bad. It's just I just don't think it makes any sense. It also causes another issue where Calgar he picks up primal weapons, so all of a sudden doesn't make sense. Like he's picking up these great weapons, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to change. Like I just think that's just a bad decision. And the primal pickaxe, I like A. Like why? Well, again, it's just the black and gray scheme. It's more pronounced. It's way better than the existing. And these B and C looks like a Dragon Maddox, so I'm not too big of a fan of it. And I would even like the blue sphere in it, because, I mean, would I like the blue sphere? I don't know. I just think of archaeology if it has the blue sphere in it. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like in Dungeon Journey, if they made a pickaxe out of primal ore, they wouldn't give a shit about like I almost feel like the blue sphere is kind of like an enchant or like prestige. I don't think they give a shit about a pickaxe. I think it would kind of ruin it. I'm not sure. I would maybe test out putting the sphere somewhere, but I just don't think it even belongs. I'd rather just have a simple pickaxe. Um, I don't know, man. Would that look good like that? No, I don't know. It almost looks like a third age pickaxe, honestly. Eh, that's a good question. I think I just like it how it looks, honestly. So that's pretty much it. Yep, join the Discord. Oh my god. Direct feedback is Reddit, guys. That's where the direct feedback is. So that's pretty much it. I mean, overall, it's okay. Again, for all the skills to be, I mean, honestly, all the skills taking 3 to 5 years isn't that bad because again, in 1 year, I mean, even next year, there's gonna be like two or three more going to 110, so that's gonna be nice. So I just think there's more problems with runes. I think PVMing is a really big problem because like PVMing is just not rewarding anymore, guys. It really isn't. Everything's just AFK revolution. So I hope they fix that, but they probably won't. So yep. Bye.